it is, guys. I did a fourth studio version of Please Please Me, this time on the Gibson Epiphone Les Paul Custom, or SG Custom if you want to call it that. Again, in the early 60s, they were calling these Les Pauls, not SGs. This is obviously an Epiphone reissue of the Gibson early, I guess, 61 to like early 63 new Les Paul with the SG design before they decided to call it just the SG. I like that setting I had. I had it on the neck and bridge pickup, middle pickup turned off. Again, I thought it was a good guitar to use for this track. It's a error correct guitar to use, again, because this is like an early 60s Les Paul Custom before it was known as the SG. Again, they took Les Paul off the new design and then later called it just the SG. So this is based off of, like, you know, again, like the new 60s Les Paul before it was known as the SG. By 63, maybe sometime by like Please Please Me was coming out. They were calling it, they stopped calling it the Les Paul and it was just the SG. That's my little history about the SG. Again, Please Please Me from the Beatles' debut album, released in March 1963. Go to my channel, go on my playlist. I did like four studio versions of this track just because I'm OCD and I just want to keep playing it better. This track's weird. If you ever play to it, you have to tune your guitar to the opening riff in E. Try to tune it to Paul's bass, eighth note bass line in the beginning of the song. He's just kind of thumping on the E because the tuning is a little flat compared to standard. So at some parts when I'm playing this, like sometimes, like especially in the beginning of the song, and for some reason it sounds like it's kind of off. But then it goes but then it gets in sync. So it has something to do with the recording tapes that they're using. Something about that BTR tape machine or something they were using back then. But yeah, so I decided to use the early 60s Les Paul Custom before they called it the SG on this track, because again, it's like an error correct guitar for this time period of this album. So there you go. Please check out the description and the channel for more information. And I didn't think I was going to do this today, but I did it anyway. Again, if you ever get a chance, check out the Beatles' complete recording sessions during the Abbey Road years, 1962 to 1970. Has all the recording sessions for every song, every album, even the outtakes. And the book goes in depth. EMI Studios goes in depth about the recording session on that day. For example, if you go to the contents here, 24. So if you go to like page 19, September 1962, you know, they start talking about the Please Please Me recording session. For example, Tuesday, September 4th, 1962, Studio 2, 7 o'clock p.m. to 10 p.m. They recorded How Do You Do It, Takes Unknown, Love Me Do, 1 to 15 plus takes, mono mixing How Do You Do It from take 2, Love Me Do from unknown take number. Then it has some references like George Martin and Norman Smith. We all know George Martin. He's like the fifth Beatle. He's like the mixing, producer, master behind the Beatles music. A lot of great pictures. Again, paperwork from the studio sessions. There's Andy White on the drums. who played on some of the Please Please Me tracks, possibly this version, but a lot of conspiracies. Not totally, I mean, maybe it's out there, I haven't seen it yet, but some of the stuff on the internet, you got to be a little careful. It's not totally true, but there's conspiracies of some people say Andy White is on this particular version of Please Please Me on the drums. He was a session drummer. And then some people say it was Ringo Starr. I think it's Ringo Starr, but Andy White did play a big role during the Please Please Me album sessions. Yeah, check it out. You know, you got Beatles, and EMI Records, paperwork. Got the dates down there. Really cool stuff. Paperwork. It tells you like their actual recording session day by day, literally day by day. And it really goes into detail about when they recorded it, when they mixed it, what had to be fixed on the recordings. I mean, you know, recording sheets for notes during the sessions. This is just not your typical Beatles book where, you know, you're going to give to a Beatles fan. It's like, this is like more, this is above and beyond a Beatles fan. This is someone like myself where it's like, you want to see this stuff of what they did, how they did it, when they recorded it, how long did it take to record it, how many takes did they take to get the Please Please Me version that we know. I mean, what had to be overdubbed, what had to be fixed. I mean, this is like the cream of the crop. This is the guts of every recording session, again, from 1962 to 1970. Great photos during the Please Please Me session. Really cool. Here they are at EMI House. See if I can zoom in up here. There you go. Goofy John with his glasses. Of course, got to have a book with photos, but besides the photos, I mean, the information in here is outstanding. I mean, like, again, you know, this is the Please Please Me session. Check it out. For example, real quick, let's see if I can find the recording session for the song Please Please Me. Read a little bit about it here, so bear with me. Hold on. If you're still interested, stay tuned. And again, sometime in February '63 was the day they did most of the recording for the Please Please Me album live in the studio before they started doing the overdubs. And you can clearly see here on February 25th, 1963. Try to zoom in here. Right here. Those are all the songs and all the mixing they did on that day, which is pretty interesting. So, for example, it would tell you 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. editing the song 17, which we know is I Saw Her Standing There, but originally the song was titled 17. Working title of I Saw Her Standing There, of takes 9 and 12, mono mixing, and it go to him. Let's see if Please Please Me is on this list somewhere. 2:35 or 2:30 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. on February 25th, Monday. Editing Please Please Me, the song, of takes 16, 17, and 18. Mono mixing. Ask Me Why from take 6. Once again, the Beatles were not present as George Martin and his team produced both the mono and the stereo masters of the Please Please Me album. Even though the LP was recorded on a 2-track tape machine, which is a BTR, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Even though blah 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 blah, like all of the Beatle recordings up to but not including I Want to Hold Your Hand, people still wonder why the stereo version of the LP has such a peculiar left-right channel separation. Means you hear maybe John's rhythm guitar in the left speaker if you have headphones on, and maybe George's guitar in the right speaker if you have headphones on. That's what they mean by the panning left, panning right, or channel separation. So I mean, that again, they talk about the mixing process and why they mixed the guitars, Lennon's guitars and Harrison's guitars the way they did, stuff like that. So great book, check it out. This is an awesome book. It's been out for a long time. Not sure the year. Not going to waste any more time, but Beatles, first page. Here's the table of contents. And get in there. Awesome photos. I mean, during the recording session. I wish they had this book for like Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath or Aerosmith or Deep Purple, but I haven't seen one. But Beatles Complete Recording Sessions, that's an awesome book. Gives you all the details, the stuff that you really don't think about, or even some people don't even really care about. But if you're a die-hard Beatles guy like me and you want to know the recording sessions and how they did it and the times of the day, I mean, these guys worked every day, so check it out. The Complete Beatles Recording Sessions. The Abbey Road years, 1962 to 1970. Cool. And here's my copy of the early Beatles, which is released in early 1965 in the US, which is the same as the Please Please Me album, just an alternative cover. And I got that. This is a mini vinyl. This is the exact vinyl US version, but it's just a CD. It's like a mini vinyl, but it's a CD. And this came out of the Beatles US album releases. Cool. And using the John Lennon Vox guitar strap. And the Please Please Me shirt. 1962 to 1963. Please Please Me. Thank you.